Hey, what's up guys? This is Bizzo and I am bringing you a video of something that happened to me like 2 years ago. Um, so I worked on this resort and I was cutting down trees with a machete. Yeah. Well, it didn't go too good. Well, anyways, our boss gave us or bought us two machetes so we could clear cut like the views to the lake from the cabins. And so I was cutting away, and um, I went to throw a tree behind me. And with my other hand, I didn't set the machete down, and I contacted with my arm, so I stabbed myself. And I looked at it, and it was a wide open cut, and I couldn't believe I just did that. So like I ignored it, and I went back to cutting the trees. And I felt blood run down my arm, and I looked, and of course it was true. I stabbed myself, and I handled it just fine. I was calm about it, and I didn't feel anything. I think I was in shock. And so I called for the other person that was cutting down trees. And I was like, "Hey," and he came up and he was like, "What's up?" And I was like, "Hey, I think I gotta go to the hospital." And he's like, "Why?" And I showed him my arm. And I was like, "And I don't think super glue's gonna fix this." And of course, his face went white, and I'm not freaking out. I'm just calm as can be, and went down and was like, "Hey, boss, I gotta go to the ER." And he was freaking out. And then somebody else said any lower, and I could bleed out. And I guess I blacked out. And I woke up, and I was sitting in a chair with my hand on my wrist or my arm, and my buddy had his hand on my arm to stop the bleeding. We had a towel on it, and it was, I guess it wasn't that bad, but since I've never done that before, that was pretty insane for me. Uh, so my boss, he put me in the car, and the hospital was like, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 minutes away, and it seemed like we got there in like 10 minutes, maybe even less than that. And I was asking my boss, I was like, "What would you have done if you would have got pulled over?" He's like, "Oh, I would have stuck your hand out the window." I was like, "Oh, thanks." But yeah, then we got to the hospital, and I walked in, and they wanted me to go sign papers. And I just looked at them, and I was like, "Really? My arm's bleeding. I can't really take my hand off of it." But anyways, they brought me into the one of the rooms, and they cleaned it out and whatnot, and they put a gauze bandage over it till the doctor came in to do stitches. And my boss came in and was asking me questions like, "What's your name and what's your address and whatnot?" And I looked at him and I was like, "You know what?" He's like, "What?" I was like, "I didn't even take a picture of it." He's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I didn't take a picture to put it on Facebook." He's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, I want to see people's reactions." So I took the gauze off, took a picture, put it up on Facebook, and everybody's like, "Dude, you gotta go to the hospital. You gotta go to the hospital. You gotta get that fixed." And I was like, "I'm already here." But yeah, so and the doctor came in and he's like, "All right, you're gonna need stitches." And I was like, "Well, yeah, of course, I got a big slice in my arm." And I was like, "Is it gonna leave a scar?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Sweet." So like, long story short, when you're cutting trees down with a machete, make sure you put it down before you throw the tree, because that sucked. I couldn't. I still worked, but I couldn't really do anything else for like a month and a half. Like I couldn't dress myself. I couldn't really do anything with my arm. But I still worked. I needed the money, but I was a lost cause. I could only do so much. But yeah, I'll show you the scar. Hold on. So like you really can't see it, but it's like right there. But yeah, but the thumbnail shows the actual cut itself and the stitches. So I mean, yeah. I mean, I put something. I made it so you guys could see what really was going on. Because I was telling somebody on Facebook Messenger about that, and he he wanted me to explain it to him, and I was like, nah, I'll just make a video of it, since I haven't posted a video in a while. But yeah, I'm going to end this video and get it up there, and hope you guys enjoy your day.